Welcome, everyone, because I'm trying to harness the same voice of my co-caster Goose. Is it working though?
You're doing well. You're doing well. It's definitely got that bravado. I like the machismo that you
Awesome.
come through with.
Awesome. It's working fine because I can't really sustain that. Oh, we see already a little shade in the jungle. We're seeing the Viego trying to go. I'm not recuperating from that from doing that. So sorry.
But absolutely, we're gonna see just a little bit of cheeky poke coming through from Sun Kopek on there. Just a little, just saying hi, just a little hello, hi, I'm here. We'll see you soon.
Both bot lanes give me stomach turns. I don't like Karma. Never liked her. And Seraphine is getting on that list of characters that you don't want to see neither in solo queue or round. We're seeing blue start for both, for Trundle and for Viego.
Absolutely, and I'm like curious though, like what about? I think Karma's like a pretty decently balanced champion. I think the most
it's really strong. It's really strong.
You think so? What do you think is like the part that gives that competitive edge to Karma outside of like other annoying champions in the bot lane like Pyke or Blitzcrank?
You're thinking something about utility in assassin heavy. Karma shines through due to speed, poke, and at the same time you also have the root and a lot of extra things. Like Karma is a very viable champion in assassin heavy metas, and you see her in many other roles. You can see her on top lane, you can see her mid lane. It goes a lot, and you're seeing in the mid lane that Draxon just said to Mr. Talon, dude, back off.
Absolutely. And to go back to even that utility that you're talking about, right? And if you're looking at the side of Titan Gaming Serene here, if you're looking at the side of TG Serene, they don't really have any strong engage. Do you think that utility is really going to be a big factor in terms of what the fights they can choose? As we see a gank coming through, or just a 2v2, Draxon going to pick up a kill, I believe. First Blood actually going over to 1 second. Is I got a spectator delay? I believe I might. First Blood going over to Draxon there. There we go. It's fixed. All right, and it's going to go down on Nyx Cat. They're going to fall in the early game minutes here.
We're seeing the money dropping with 1,200 on Lissandra already. Oof. Sounding a little bit harsh there. I think it's still, well, you can see, ooh, the time Kench.
He's going to come through on L9, scooting on Zerex. Tom Kench is going to...
Scootin's going to jump. Go away.
Jump
But
right on out of
Scootin,
there.
chill out.
Scootin just wants, it's one more. He's like, just in case you come back, just remember I'll be back. He's going to go pick up that scuttle.
So sad that Jax used the E to wave clear instead of dropping on the Tam Kench. It would have been a really interesting thing. They could have burned. Well, I'm just seeing that Tam doesn't have flash. So it could have definitely been a kill.
He likely would have been dead if that Counter-Strike was up, if Kirksey did have that up there. But unfortunately, did use it on the wave. Not too much going to happen instead.
Also, no flashes were burned when they fought against Talon in the mid lane.
Well, even the question is, right, who would have burned Flash? The only person that does have Flash in that top lane that just then is Scootin. Right? Because both top laners did take TP Ignite. One has the Ignite on D, one has the Ignite on Flash. Twitch chat, let us know what the actual right way is, right? There's probably a right and a wrong.
for Flash.
You let us know, right? But what is Ignite for? What's that kind of go in?
Screw you. Okay, you're saying
Flash gonna come out for high. Flash gonna come out for high hunter in the bot lane just to get away from that Trundle Pitter from MC Doctor. But again, not much coming through outside of a few summoner spells blown.
We're seeing a little bit of poke in the mid lane. The mid lane we already burned teleport. Lissandra came back to the lane. We're seeing Karma. See, that's what I hate about Karma. Because she can get herself out of danger really easily. And speaking of getting easily, you can see Talon living over the wall in mid lane.
Absolutely.
Oh no.
Kirksey getting a little low there as the Ignite going to come out of Zerex for that Tom Kench, but again, not much. The TP is going to be up for Kirksey, so he's not going to miss too much of the wave as it starts to push out. We'll see if he TP's back to lane to not miss any more experience.
Yeah, we're seeing Talon needs to start looking for opportunities outside of its lane because the Lissandra is a super safe lane. We're seeing danger in the mid lane, and he just hopped over.
All right, Hi Am Hunter's going to land the stun as Trundle coming through for the gank. Hi Am Hunter going to be stuck between a rock and a troll. He's going to go down likely to A-Click. No, but Pixie Doctor's going to pick up the second kill of the game as Sun Kopek flashes away to safety. Hovering is L9 Scootin' though. Let's see if we're coming for a nice return gank. It is going to be a 3v2 in favor of Titan Gaming. We'll see how bold L9 Scootin' is as he comes in here. He's going to land the kill on A-Click with the flash. Macarena is going to have to flash away as well. We're going to go down the double kill over to Sivir. But L9 Scootin' might pick up this final kill on MC Doctor. Oh, it is madness down this bot lane. Is that last one going to come through? No, just both of the junglers going to get away with a sliver of health there.
Oh, my friend. Oh, wait for it. Yeah.
Draxkin is there to pick up the return kill on MC Doctors. Overall, it's going to be a 3-0, I believe, in favor of Eden Homies.
Seeing Talon Flash. Interesting fight over there.
We're seeing a lot of proactivity coming out of these junglers here, and we thought the main characters might be that Sivir and the Lissandra, right? And it's starting to turn out that the main character might just be Scootin' versus McDoctor. What do you think about that?
I think, okay, they're trying. I see a lot of proactivity, and Scooting has definitely shown that he has a lot of things going on for itself, especially right now. He's everywhere.
Scootin' actually last week was just as proactive, pretty much dominated the jungle all last week. However, MC Doctor putting up a bit more of a challenge here as they are going to find that early kill, the only kill in favor of Titan Gaming Serene. But again, these junglers are almost, I know Scootin' for mostly almost a fact is like the lifeblood of his team. Not much happens on the Rift without Scootin' say so. Who do you think might be kind of like calling the shots and maybe making sure that his team is in the right place at the right moments, or making sure their team is in the right place at the right moments in favor of Titan Gaming? What do you think that is?
Well, let me tell you something really quick. In the case of Titan Gaming, I think it should be McDoctor. I've seen a lot of proactive pings of him, like trying to, yeah, I'm here. I wanna go in. Like when he ganked bot. But in the case of Eating Homies, I really don't know. Because, for example, in that gank with Viego, Top, and Jax didn't move a muscle. So maybe there could be a miscommunication or something like that. I don't know. We have to see it.
Pretty much Prio coming out and in favor of Eden Homies everywhere is going to allow Scootin' to really sneak that dragon, I believe, as they start to rotate over. Pings are coming out, so we're likely in for maybe a contest here from Titan Gaming as they're going to hop over the Blast Cone. A fight ensues. Blue team, McDoctor is going to pick up the Ocean Drake as the shutdown is going to go over to Nyx Cat. The curtain call comes out. Hi Am Hunter firing away. Draxgun's going to pick up the kill on Seraphine for a killing spree. Double kill over to Draxgun but McDoctor did get that smite away. The fight is going to go in favor for I believe it was a 2-for-1 in favor of Eden Homies. However, the Dragon is going to go in way of Titan Gaming for that first Ocean Drake of the game.
850 Dragon. Actually, a really nice Dragon to have early. It's negligible, a little bit of the HP and the region that you get straight ahead, but it can make wonders, especially when you're a lane where you're getting poked to bits. Ain't that right, Jax?
Absolutely, as he's getting licked by the Tom Kench in the top lane. That Ocean Drake is really going to help in this early laning phase, I think, especially for A-Click and Macarena as well, right? Because
I really want to point out something about the item. Now that we're having in a little bit thing. Viego has a Sunderer. This doesn't bode well for anything because he has a kill participation of 100% at 9:40 minutes. So it's really, really, really depressing to see a kind of a hyper carry character that can do so much harm to the enemy team.
Absolutely, and I tried to. I'm telling you, L9 Scootin' is the one to watch, I believe, for Eden Homies with that mythic coming through in the beginning. We are going to see the flash coming to Hi Am Hunter, as you were talking, but again, not much in that bot lane. But like you were saying, right, the items are starting to come through for both sides, right? Because even on the opposite side, you see Nyx Cat with their Prowler's Claw, and mythics are starting to come through.
I want to ask you, you're Jax, okay? You're against the Tam Kench, a Trundle, and a Talon. What item of the boots do you build?
If I'm Jax, because I am an ego player, I'm 100% building Trinity. I don't care.
No,
I'm
the
building.
boots, the boots, the boots.
Oh,
the
the boots for the. I'm probably gonna build Merc Treads, right? That's I think you definitely have to worry about the talent coming through in the Trundle, but I think really it's gonna be the CC if anything that locks me down. I do have that counter strike to negate a lot of the AD damage coming through, so I think I'm going with Merc Treads. Or if I'm really trying to like just keep my cooldowns low, maybe Lucidity boost, but I feel like that's a stretch. Merc Treads are probably gonna be the way to go here for Kirksey.
Yeah. The thing is that they just killed Jax on top. Maybe they should have built like a Guardian Angel to survive that. We're seeing an engage on the mid lane, and Lissandra walks out of there like it's her home, like it was nothing.
Yeah. Oh,
very hateful characters in this match. Not gonna lie.
It's almost as if it feels a little personal. It feels like Titan Gaming and Eden homies are like, yeah, we have bad blood, even though we haven't met each other. We definitely have a little bit of bad blood based on what last week looked like. As we are going to see the 2v2 coming through in the mid lane. It doesn't look like much is going to come through as the Everfrost is going to miss wide right. The stun's going to come through around on Scootin, and Nick Scott's going to get low, but it's not going to be low enough to pick up the kill for Draxgun as they walk away and down towards the bot lane.
Maybe if that Q landed, I don't know.
I think maybe if the Q landed, maybe if the Everfrost landed, but I feel like that's the maybe, woulda, shoulda, coulda, and they didn't, right? They didn't have the hands for it at that time, but they'll try again. If knowing them, they'll try again.
Absolutely. So you're a Trinity player on Jax.
Well, I'm not a Jax player. I'm a damage. I just build damage, and whatever is the most damage. If I don't know the build, I'm building whatever gives me the most damage. That's what I'm guessing.
Bonk on the Jax on top.
So again, just I think I don't really know how this top lane matchup plays out, but I'm assuming that over time it's going to go in favor of the Jax here. I am surprised
50-50.
I'm surprised he picked up that kill though with that Frostfire Gauntlet going to come through for Tom Kinch early. That he had the damage as the enchant. I don't know what the ultimate is called for Lissandra, but as it's going to come through on Talon, but again, not enough damage.
Frozen Entomb. It's actually a really amazing ultimate that doesn't have a lot of cooldown. It's really good. It's a really good disengage. It works wonders, and Jax is in a little bit of trouble, but he's just going to jump. Trundle burns the ultimate.
And we're going to see not much more. There has been fights in this early game, but I wouldn't say anything's been super detrimental to either team. As that curtain call is going to come through on Macarena, the Scootin's going to flash in with the ultimate coming through. Is the reset going to connect? But no, the Seraphine's going to pick up the kill on A-Click just by a hair there. It's going to go over 1-0 in favor of Eden homies.
And look, the Drake is up. Oh my god. Oh my god. That did hurt so much.
Drax
want to hear some stats? Yeah, Jax is starting to pull his weight. Really good. Want to hear some numbers, my friend?
Let's go. What numbers you got for me?
Okay, so the advantage on gold in jungle, it's almost in 1,000 towards the Viego.
Sheesh. What about what? So if that's the gold in the jungle. Yeah. What about that mid lane? Because it almost looks like there might even be a bigger gap in the mid lane.
Surprisingly, it's way bigger.
Kirksey is going to go down.
I think around 800. The difference, it's kind of hit. Production, you can press the X button and show us the gold anytime you want. If show viewers what we're getting.
Showing about 1,000 gold lead in that mid lane as well. So overall, I think for both teams, right? You're looking at a 2K gold lead as Scootin again, just being super proactive on the map, coming through with this gank on Xerxes, but just no one around to help him out there as they're gonna walk out.
Yeah, also worth noting that Tom not only got a bounty, but he got the first tower.
Oh wow! There's just so much going on so quick all over the map as Hyam Hunter and Sun Kopak are gonna get the 2v2. Oh boy, we're switched over to the top side of the map where Talon and Tom are gonna pick up the kill on the top lane. L9 Scootin gonna go down with the double kill coming through in favor of Xerxes.
You want a quick summary of what happened in the top lane?
Yeah, because we were all over the place just now. We were top lane, bot lane, top lane, bot lane. Started to get a little whiplash going back and forth there. Well, what happened in that top lane there?
Well, it's very easy. So Tam existed, and they died, and just like that.
It was just the Tom by himself. Did Tom have any help up there?
With Talon. He existed alongside Talon, and that's how it came out.
I was gonna say, I feel like Tom has a lot of damage in that early or the mid game, more so than I think he should have. If we're gonna talk about annoying champions, I would say Tom Kench is at the top of my list. I feel like
he's an obstacle. Like he exists. He's like, what does he do? He exists.
He's just there, just a big old immovable mountain in the way of Eden homies here, and that's what I'm thinking. Like that's way more annoying. Is somebody that not only doesn't run away from me, but I can't push out of the way. That's way more annoying than being able to have to catch up to that Karma in the bot lane.
We're seeing a lot of movement. It's kind of interesting to see that even though Tom is like really winning, I think Jax is going to be able to look at me. Jax is going to be able to bounce back.
Yeah, right. That late game skill is going to come through. However, Tom Kench in the late game is also no joke. He's probably going to have a bit more of an impact in those later game team fights than the Jax. As we see both teams just shocking in this bot lane. Again, not much really happening. There's no objectives up to be taken, so I don't expect much fights to come out, but they are pretty aggressive here.
But it's going to be worth mentioning that Sivir burned her ultimate, so if they do like a second gank, maybe they're going to be able to bring that back. If not, Viego has a full, an almost complete jungle for him to chew on while he waits.
Yeah, but he might have to. It looks like he might have to compete with Kirksey. Oh no, Kirksey is a nice top laner. Is not going to take the entire top side of the map here. As we see a fight ensuing in the mid lane, Draxgun looking body's about to fall, but the first team going to come through to keep him to safety. Scootin there to help Sun Kopek as well. Those shields coming through. Scootin's going to take down Nyx Cat and Draxgun. Maybe Draxgun's going to go down to MC Doctor as the resets are coming through for Scootin as he's scooting and moving and shooting all through this team fight here in the mid lane. MC Doctor's running for his life, but the troll's going to go down. No bridge under the water there. Xerxes might be the last to fall as the chase ensues for Kirksey. However, there was a lot of, as we continue here, Scootin and Kirksey on the chase. Will he get away the wild goose chase here? But Xerxes really having nowhere to go as there's no tower to protection. Just a really long, drawn-out chase here. And this is what I'm talking about. This is the annoying stuff that I'm talking about with Tom Kench. At this point, any other champion in the game would have been dead. There are 3 members of Eden Homie here trying to take down this massive raid boss at 18 minutes. What is going on, Steph? Why is Tom Kench so strong?
What is he doing? He's existing. Your boy exists.
Oh my god, I wish he would exist somewhere else. That is just not good. That is 200 years right there. We talk about the champions coming through with all these dashes and flashes, and as Draxgun might just be able to pick up, no MC Doctor going to come through, but it's going to pick up the kill on Nyx Cat. Likely going to go into MC Doctor here because of that. Zanyas is going to be going away. 1 for 1 for each team. But again, that even with that happening, I can't get over the fact that Tom Kench literally just lasted a whole extra 2 minutes and he shut up.
Yeah, it was a beautiful execution by Lysandra, and in a 1v1 tsunami.
Now 1v1 as Titan Gaming looking to pick up their second dragon of the game. It's going to be pretty easy, uncontested. There is not much vision around this Cloud Drake in favor of stacking towards that Cloud Soul going to come through in favor of
See
Titan
what
Gaming.
I told you about the vision. It was necessary. Like the red team, look at the top side. The top side, like they are kind of like they have vision for their side, but they don't have vision from their side. So it's kind of it's really 50-50 over there. They're trying to get to the Baron pit. Okay. Talon wants the karma.
All right, the curtain call is going to come through, and the fight ensues around the Baron. They are just fighting away. The shutdown is going to go in favor of MC Doctor on that Viego. L9 Scootin is going to go down. Everro's going to come through, but Draxgun is going to go down. Nyx Cat just not, again, that vision coming through being a big factor. Draxgun going to the middle of the team, going to back out. Kirksey is on the sidelines. I Am Hunter still just pop shot, and with the 4th shot, Xerxes going to come through, knocking up Kirksey. Kirksey's going to go down to Tom, and that's going to be a 1 for 2 in favor of Eden Homies? No, in favor of Titan Gaming 1-for-2. Only one that's going to go on is Nick's Cat as they start up this dragon here.
Titan homies, the guys over Titan homies. Awesome, excellent, excellent. Top casting over here, my friends. You're only going to see quality coming from my mouth.
Russian right now. Let's go.
But in the case of Titan, they executed the fight really good, and they're closing in on Eden homies. Like they're trying so hard to do it, and they're catching really good fights. It's really amazing how in the case of Trundle, he has been able to bounce back and be useful in fights.
Trundle is definitely bouncing back, but I think they're definitely fighting well, right? I think Titan Gaming is fighting well. Each team is having good fights. I think what I'm starting to struggle to see is like, what is the objective of each team, right? It looks like they're just fighting for the sake of fighting, almost in a way, right? There was not much up. Maybe the Baron could have been, but Sivir only having that Kraken Slayer likely not going to be enough damage, and they only took down 2 people. What is the objective that each team really has here as we start to enter this mid game?
In the case of homies, the homies want to be with their homies. They want team fights. They want clumps of people, grouping. That's what they want. They had a really good hard engage with Sivir. They have a good disengage with Seraphine. Like, it can work really well. They work well together. In the case of no, wait, I said it backwards. Okay, in the case of the homies, they want to divide and conquer. They want to go into different lanes and do a lot of damage. In the case, because they do a lot of stuff individually. Look, for example, what I showed you, Draxon against Talon, 1v1, she won easy. Lissandra won easy. In the case of more group sessions, like what they did on the Baron Pit, you saw that Tam and Trundle existed in front of the red team, and they won.
All right, so what you're telling me is that Eden Homies wants to like pretty much play separate, right? Play that.
Yeah, they want to play split push, 1v1 scenarios. That's in the case of Titan is the whole essay I said before, but I screwed that up, so it's already invalid.
Oh, good. But do you think that that Eden Homies, right, as they want to play split push, we did see if you're up to date on the patch notes, we did see those dragons just recently getting buffed. Yeah. Do you think that they should be fighting for those, or do you think that they should maybe be ignoring them to play towards this like split push identity that they have in their team town?
The thing is that they need to get a little bit of priority, and they really need to fight for dragons. Objectives is always. See what I'm telling you?
That was close. I felt the clinch there for Nick's Cat as they get away with.
See what I'm telling you? They want those 1v1 scenarios because their champions are going to excel at that. There's still chance for the guys over at Eden Homies to run it back to win that, but it's going to be really hard. Because objectives call for grouping, and grouping means a clear advantage towards Titan.
Yeah, and we are going to see possibly some more grouping come up with that dragon spawning in 30 seconds. Vision coming down on the side of Eden Homies, but we have Lissandra in top lane, going to take down that top lane tower. Nick's Cat coming back full health. Decided that he they don't want to fight Kirks anymore. They're like, let's go try Jackson, see what we can do as the pings are coming out for this dragon here.
Yeah, 100%. So what's next is I want to know your forecast. Who will take this third dragon?
I gotta agree with you. I think Titan Gaming just have the team composition. You're gonna have Draxgun still in that top lane, does have the TP coming through, but if that late TP or just doesn't have the ward vision as it's gonna get sweeped out is going away, right? If Draxgun doesn't have that TP angle for like a flank or something like that, then I think this goes in favor of Titan Gaming as we're gonna see the pillar coming out from TC Doctor. Karma is in a rough place. The ultimate's gonna come through for Seraphine. Curtain call is gonna be up. It is a madness. It is a free for all in the middle of the pixel brush. Draxgun Frozen Tomb gonna come through. Kirksey's gonna leap on. The counter strike's gonna connect onto the Sivir, but A-Click is gonna get away. MC Doctor picking up the first kill of this fight that has been going on for quite some time. And as Eden Homies is gonna back away with just one kill going over on Xerxes, it looks like Titan Gaming is gonna pick up this dragon indeed.
And you saw the movement, right? Did you saw the Tahm Kench peeling for the Seraphine because it knew that if Viego goes in there, it's going to be carnage. Like, they're moving really well into fighting, and sometimes even doing a little bit of peeling. Everyone, it's working really well for them.
Yeah, I agree, and I am curious because I think they were, like I said, they just weren't in a position to really contest that. They were pushed out of the river for their vision. Draxion was still in the top lane, did have to expend that ultimate, that TP, only to die in the middle of the river by himself, left alone from his team. Tahm Kench, is really just a nuisance, just a big catfish nuisance in the middle of these team fights, not really allowing them to get their footing.
What is he doing? He's standing there menacingly.
Stands there menacingly as MC Doctor. The pillar's going to come through. The stun's going to connect on the Sun. Kopech looking like he's going to go down. The Macarena is going to pick up their second kill of the game. Seraphine telling him we can do the damage. Oh, but MC Doctor stepping into a bush, face checking. Kirksey's going to get the counter strike connecting, and MC Doctor is going to go down. The shutdown's going to come through. They're keep fighting. A-Click has arrived, but the ultimate's going to get the rest of their team away to safety. But the flank's coming through for Draxgun on that backline. Going to come in. The Zanya's going to come through for Macarena. Scootin is going to pick up. No, the Gulp is going to come through for Tahm Kench. Kirksey's going to counter strike. He's going to land on the Seraphine. Ultimate's going to come out. Scootin is going to go down, and that's going to be another team fight in favor of Titan Gaming. Actually, it's going to be a 2-for-2 because they did get that pick on MC Doctor that started out.
Something that it's really interesting is the fact that Edenholm still 1,000 gold on top of Titan. So it's really interesting how they're handling everything.
Yeah, they have the 1,000 gold as a team, but I think the real difference maker, because we've been wrong the entire game, has been this Tahm Kench, right? Like, and that gold lead is pretty much nullifying the actual team gold lead that they have in these team fights.
He's at least 1,200 gold over the Jax, the Tahm Kench.
Absolutely,
in the overall gold of the match.
Which is interesting because, like, if you actually look at it, he's an entire item above the Jax, right? So and there's none of his items cost 1,200 gold. So it's interesting to see
the same amount of CS and everything, but the Trundle, the Tahm Kench being so over the Jax, it's absolutely insane. Really well itemized, by the way. He doesn't care at all about the Lissandra. He's mostly on for Jhin, Jax, and Viego. Even the early Frozen Heart works wonders against those AD characters.
Right, absolutely. As another fight is going to come through, Nick Scott's going to get the assassination on Sun Kopech's Karma there. And that's just going to be a clean pick right there for them in favor of Titan Gaming. And you would have to second guess that they were 0-4, right? You would have to second guess that they are coming into this game with no series wins in this league right now as we come into week 5. Scootin's going to hover on the edge of that. The stun's going to come through, but the ultimate Scootin is just fighting off more than he can chew as Draxton looks like he's going to fall after this Frozen Tomb wears off. MC Doctor likely going to pick up this kill. Yup, and down goes double kill in favor of MC Doctor's Trundle. Scootin just picking up a little bit
elevator
too
key. The elevator kill.
Just waiting. The elevator music comes through. Absolutely.
While Tahm stands there menacingly, the guys over at his team are trying to get the Baron, which works in a fantastic way because they had 2 people down. They have both Viego and the other one and Lissandra down, and Jax cannot do anything against the Tahm Kench.
I thought for a second Haim Hunter was going to connect on that. All right, let's see if they have a bit more damage to kill Xerx's Tahm Kench before. They are going to pick up the Baron, so that is going to be in favor. Xerx is going to want to get out of here so he can keep that split push alive, but Kirksey says, nah, I'm not trying to deal with that later on. Hopefully
really
nice can come through.
Really nice ward over there. It gave him a lot of vision to do that.
Do you see what I'm talking about? He has been alive for 5 minutes. Enough time to allow the team to come in, and Kirksey's going to go down. Tahm Kench actually gets away with his life.
He's not dead!
On the run here. Oh my God, the Tahm Kench taking his durability buffs in effect. They have been the difference maker as this dragon is spawning in the next 10 seconds. It's going to be the Cloud Soul for them if they can pick this up here.
This is so sad. This is so... No. That's not okay.
That's what I'm saying. Like, forget about the shields. Like, they didn't nerf enough shields because Tahm Kench's shield is just too much. He got it up 3 times as he was running away there.
The Jax has Bork. He has Bork. Like, the whole reason that you build Bork is to melt, quote unquote, enough to break a neck.
Exactly, right? Not even that, but like the Bork and the Divine Sender, right? Both items are supposed to be itemized against a champion like Tahm, and they're
tank
just doing nothing.
Tank shredding. No, I'm so sad. Baron buff, Cloud Soul. This definitely sounds like an inhibitor.
That Cloud Soul is definitely going to have Xerax get out scot-free, but despite, again, they're not taking no for an answer with these fights as the curtain call is going to come up. Macarena is likely going to go down, the shutdown going over in favor of Scootin. The resets, he is now Seraphine looking clean. Okay, Scootin's going to pick up their next kill, shutting down double kill going over in favor of him on the Sivir. Again, the resets are coming through, but not enough as MC Doctor and Tahm Kench. The knockup's going to land on Scootin, knocking him down. It is too much. The raid boss is here. He's here to stay, here to play with the Baron buff as the 3-for-2 in favor of Titan Gaming with this Baron and Titan's Toll. Our Cloud Soul still coming through again. Tahm Kench really being that just immovable mountain, right? I thought it was supposed to be Malphite that was the rock and hard place, but here we have Tahm.
No, dude. No, not like that at all. But you know something that I'm seeing that maybe you're going to agree with me or not? Why is Tahm pushing one lane and Trundle the other one when you could like go and even get an inhibitor? Like, I don't know if you're going to agree with that, but this time wasn't a good idea to divide and conquer. You could have dove the Jhin that was alone.
So I think what they were thinking is, I don't think they were expecting that aggression out of Eden homies, and I think that would have been a reasonable assumption because it is very clear for the last 10 minutes they have not won a team fight. They have not done anything in the last 10 minutes to warrant that like mindset changing, right? There's nothing to warrant like, oh, we might win this one now. Because as soon as that Tahm Kench arrives, it's pretty much lights out.
I don't know what kind of item. I think it's going to be like, I think the Jhin is going to need like a chainsaw. Because there's no way to thread down that Tahm Kench.
The chopping down, he does have that LDR being completed that'll likely help with a little bit of that armor stacking, but it might just be the damage portfolio. Like,
the thing is, like, Jhin does a lot of damage, but against really tanky opponents, he struggles a little bit. And since the team doesn't have like a Black Cleaver built in, like Viego could go Black Cleaver just to make Jhin's work a little bit easier.
Yeah, you're right? They're gonna need some sort of armor shred. As the Death Stance and those other tanky items are going to come through on the Trundle as well. All right, Frozen Team's going to connect, and that pick is going to land on Nick's catch. Just out of place there. But I don't think it'll hurt them too much. There's not much for Eden homies to capitalize on there.
Absolutely. So yeah, I'm concentrating because I want to kind of guess what they're going to do next because it's really hard.
Well, my guess is that we're in store for a Baron fight in about 90 minutes. They're definitely going to look for another pick to counter that Nyx pick. The 4-man ambush on Kirksey, as Kirksey is just running into the enemy team territory, likely not going to make it out of here. Does not have the stats that Tahm Kench has. You can maybe lane with me, but you cannot beat me to Tahm.
Look at mid lane.
Oh, okay. That was a smart play. That's a smart play in favor of. That's probably the smartest thing Eden homies has done all game. The shutdown's gonna connect on High Hunter. That's gonna be huge, massive.
Everything, dude. Wait, Eden homies played that beautifully.
That was some great macro. I was kind of trash talking, shit talking Kirksey in that top lane, but just buying time for his team. 300 IQ play, big brain. That's why he is playing and I am casting right now.
That's the power of hindsight, my friend. We're able to say whatever we want because we think we know everything, but we don't know everything that goes in the game.
Shutdown's gonna come through in favor of Draxgun's Lissandra. Talon's gonna have to hop over the wall to safety, and that just 1 kill pickup on MC Doctor. But it's not over yet. Curtain call's coming out for Heim Hunter. See if he can land it on a click. No, but Macarena's gonna go down to L9 scooting. And that's
the whole squad's together in the mid lane.
Yeah, counter intuitive to what we thought, right? The split push was going to be their lead. It looks like now that they're grouping, they're having some success here.
Yeah. I'm scared of the Tamken even. Like, he lays a finger on the Jin and he's dead.
All right, the flash is going to come through. Maybe just a little bit too much, though, as a quick cleanup is... Oh, but the Guardian's Angel going to come through both for Nyx Cat's Talon and Scootin'. They're just going back and forth. Kind of a lot of poking, but both teams are just a little too tanky to get any kills here.
Why? Why give Sivir all those buffs? Like why did she need it?
Well, I
Especially
mean,
if you have a freaking boulder on top of them in the form of a catfish.
Yeah, I think all the ADCs should have got a buff though. I think ADCs aren't in an awful position, right? They're not playing survival horror like they were maybe a season ago. But I think,
Nayla, are you sure you want them buffs?
Yeah, well, Neela's a new champion, so right, like Neela's expected to be like just completely OP, right? That's how Riot does it. They'll release them and be way too powerful, and then they'll nerf them way too much until they're non-existent, right? Samira fell off the face of the earth for like a whole half a season after she was released. But I think when as they jockey around this dragon here for this Elder Dragon, maybe I'll get to finish this thought. Maybe not. As we see just a little bit, this cloud's going to come through for Scootin', but maybe just a bit too close. Going to get stunned up. Scootin' is still alive, though. Not for long. Tom Kench in the middle. The shutdown's going to go over on Scootin' in favor of A-Click. And Draxgun is just in the middle of Titan. Just not there. The rest of his team cannot follow up. Hunter getting low. MC Doctor going to flash in, ignoring the Elder Dragon. He wants to win. And shutdown going to go over with that. Oh, Kirksey's going to hop to safety, but Nyx is chasing. Is that the right play? I don't know. Maybe we just pick up the dragon here as it's going to go over in favor. 3-0 in favor of Titan Gaming. They're really, really showing off here.
This is insane. The macro play, how they're handling fights, how they're disabling Viego right away. They're doing it fantastically. 100%.
Yeah, it almost for a second though, and I'm a Scootin' fan. But it almost looks like Scootin' is disabling himself. And it might be because of the composition. He's like the only real bruiser on the team that like can kind of go in there first. Maybe Lissandra wants that flank. Maybe the shields can come through as the blue team. Titan Gaming going to pick up the uncontested Baron after that. But he's just really close to the team and not really having an angle and getting caught out by MC Doctor and Xerxes before he can really do much.
That inhibitor that the red team got has really helped them, because hasn't allowed a lot of pushing in the mid lane, so they need to go back every single time. But now, with Baron and Elder Drake, well, maybe it's going to be a little bit different.
I'm gonna have to argue, or not argue, but I'm gonna have to debate with you a little bit on that inhibitor, right? Like, if you're looking at the levels in favor of Titan Gaming, every single member except for the support is at level 18. There's just level leads, and I think that has to do with the fact that they did have those souped up minions to kind of collect. Nyx Cat did back and clear an entire like 3 waves at the tower to get them back into the game as they're going on this final Baron push towards the end of the game.
It's looking rough. I don't know if they're going to be able to hold this own.
Absolutely. It's likely going to be the final fight of the night for this here as it starts. The Seraphine Ultimate is going to come through, and down goes Scootin' at the beginning of the fight. Hunter still popping in the back. Draxgun just not much stopwatch. Zanya's going to come through, but Titan Gaming is just mopping up, tearing down each member of Eden Homies one by one on their Game 1 victory in this best of 3 series. Oof. As they just clean them out.
Ooh. From the back all the way to comeback.
Yeah, they were down in the early game. They did have a couple of questionable things at the beginning, but Xerxes really coming through for his team, being that rock or that giant fish that you just can't catch for his team in those team fights, as we see Titan Gaming pick up the first win of the night against Eden Homies. We'll be back in just a second to analyze a little bit about this game and prep us for the next one. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
face.
We are back after a jam-packed game one between Titan Gaming Selene and Eden Homies. Just a quick correction on my end. I've been saying Titan Gaming Serene. It is Titan Gaming Selene, believe named after some sort of moon goddess. However, they were looking like the gods of the first game there as they pull away with that first win of the night. Steph, talk to me. What did you see in that last game?
Well, we saw that they really, really played to their advantages. Okay, the guys over at Titan, they were working on team fights. What people like, for example, Sivir was never contested. Like, some people may try to go into her and punish her for bad positioning, but she was always well positioned. The only one that was like kind of smacked during the whole match was actually Talon, because I think it was Nixcat. Nixcat had a really difficult matchup in general. In the case of I think it was the Eden Homies. Eden Homies had like a really good team. They had some advantages when it came to the 1v1 scenarios, but since this is a team game and the objectives are really, really important, they were always forced to group into really disadvantaged positions.
Yeah, and yeah, so even with that like bad matchup that they had the one bad matchup, but overall they had the team matchup in favor of them. It sounds like what you're saying, and it allowed them to really get all of those objectives, right? Picking up that Cloud Soul, getting the first Baron, and mopping up a lot of those team fights almost effortlessly. Would you say?
Yeah, yeah. The most important thing was like the boulders, okay, the obstacles, you could say them.
Oh my jeez!
It
If I
was
see the
so
catfish in this
hard
next
for
game,
them.
I'm gonna lose it.
It was so difficult for them. Or Trundle. Trundle was also so difficult to go over, with the healing, with everything for him, going for him. It was absolutely insanity. So difficult for them to go over.
Exactly, and they didn't really have much in the way of movable objects on their side, right? Only really having that Lysandra, maybe and Scoot, and really having a front line there, which we saw didn't really pay off. And some of those team fights around objectives because he would go down, and then they wouldn't have the smite available anyway for the contest. We'll see if they switch up the draft as we head into it. And see if they can kind of switch up some of these picks here. I think an easy question, right, it would be like, do you think the Tom Kench is going to get through? I think both of these teams are smart enough to not allow the Tom Kench to come through. But what do you think might come through in place of some of those beefier champions? Do you think we see more beef coming out of both sides now, seeing how strong the Tom Kench was? Or do you think Eden Homies stick to more of this bruisery composition team play that they've been going
In
with?
the case of top lane appears to be on a mission. Okay, like take for example the roles of everyone. For example, mid lane wants to thinking about the last match. Mid lane wants to carry, so they go picks that are really proactive and do a lot of damage. You see, jungle is trying to have skirmishes and trying to get ahead of the enemy, catch people off guard with the pillar if you're Trundle or something like that. And top lane, what I gather is that they want to hold the lane, but secondly, they want to be useful in team fights. So maybe a hard engaged top laner that is able to hold the lane and everything is something that we're going to see. Whereas in the Eden side, which now it's the blue side, they have something a little bit different on how they're handling their position, because top lane was trying to also get ahead. Like, their playstyle is that they want to have the enemy going low, going under. Like, they're trying to get one-on-ones. Like, they have that kind of style. So maybe I think Eden is going to go again for a carry on both lanes, on top, on mid lane. And in the case of Titan, they're going to go another tank, hard engage on the top lane. And in the mid lane, maybe they're going to go something that may be able to catch up to a roam, but it's going to be like a control mage kind of thing.
So it sounds like what you're saying is right. It's going to be similar compositions.
Yeah,
maybe a
100%.
bit of a switch up with maybe the engage instead of just a solid wall of fish. Instead, it's going to be maybe an engage in favor of Cloudipus. Hopefully, we can get the draft up on the screen pretty soon.
Yeah, Titan is actually Cloudipus. Actually, that's something good that you mentioned it, because We're seeing the start of the draft on the other screen, and it's really weird.
So we are going to see the start of the draft coming underway. You were talking about some of those engaged champions that might come through for the side of Titan Gaming Serene. Do you think there are like specific champions in the meta right now that are really just going to like give that same kind of impact that Tom Kench did in that first game?
Mm-hmm. Well, it's really difficult because there are many other characters that can have the same presence as Tom Kench. High ultis that have like a lot of damage, ultis that can flat out staple someone to the ground. Like there's a lot of things that can work, but we're starting to see the live draft right now.
Yeah, we're going to see the live draft get started here as the Yuumi and Hecarim are going to get banned away. Graves as well, not making it through. Titan Gaming Serene. It does say Cloudopus at the top of your screen, but they are now, again, Titan Gaming, not affiliated with Titan Esports. However, they are their own organization. Did do a little bit of rebranding or remanagement or something there. I'm not too sure, but you can definitely ask them in the Discord. Hopefully, we can get a link to that too. Titan Esports Discord chat. We're going to see the Sivir and the Swain come away and get banned away. I want to maybe even talk now a bit more about Titan Gaming, right? You talked about their playstyle being more of this like split push, like 1v1, like 1v1 me, bro, right? Like shoddy snipes, whatever you want to call it, in those side lanes. Do you when we have more of that? The Jax did find a little bit of success when it was matched up against Nyx Cat's Talon, but didn't find as much against Tom Kench. And that Lysandra did find they found pretty much they only found success against the Talon in those side lanes. Do you think that they're different champions?
Well, I think they're going to definitely they're going to like. There's one that I think would be a staple, would be the Trundle or the Tahm Kench. Not both. Speaking of which,
there it is. But I'm surprised that I'd be surprised if we don't see both because Tom Kench is still on the board here. But it must mean that Eden homies have a plan in their mind to really leave that up, or the Sivir is just a bit more of a threat in their heads, right? Tom Kench is still on the board. Neither team going to pick it yet. That Diana's going to come through in favor of Eden homies. Titan Gaming Serene is going to pick up Trundle and Lulu. Lulu's going to be in that bot lane. The Trundle could be a flex. We could see a flex here. Do you think MC Doctor is going to take that, or do you think Xerax might pick that up?
What? Can you go back? What exactly do you think he's going to be?
My fault. I talked pretty quickly. I'm from the East Coast, Beast Coast, Best Coast. Trundle is going to get picked up on the side of Titan Gaming Serene. The question was, right, Trundle could be a flex. Do you think that we're going to see it on MC Doctor as you see the Diana coming through, likely going to be in the jungle? Do you think that's going to be a good matchup for Trundle in the jungle, or do you think they should move that to the top lane?
Well, definitely. Diana's last meta build used to have like the Sunfire and everything, and Trundle will be a really good answer against Diana, and I think it would be a very. I think it wouldn't be a really good idea if they went for Trundle top lane instead of having it in the jungle. 100%, because I'm pretty sure that Diana is going to go jungle. It's de facto role for the past 6 patches. So
yeah, it's been a staple, that hybrid build. But the hybrid build did get nerfed, right? Bombi Cinder and tank items did get nerfed, and specifically targeted at some of these champions that are building these hybrid builds, specifically the Diana that has been on the top of the jungle, kind of like win rates for quite some time. She didn't really fall off too much, I don't think. She is still a pretty formidable, as we're going to see Akali get picked up for Eden homies, and that Ashe coming through in that first phase of picks are going to come through. Set and Garen are going to get banned away, as well as the Viger Ezreal. Again, one more time, the Tom Kench is still on the board. Does a team pick it up, Pierce?
Let's see. We're still missing top, and I'm pretty sure we're missing mid lane, because I don't think they're going Lulu. Sejuani. Now, the question is going to be whether Sejuani is going to go top or is it going to go jungle. Because if you asked me this question last season, I would have smacked you in the face just for asking me that.
That's rightfully so. You got the rat coming through. We're not going to see the cat and the rat, but we are going to see likely the cat's less like the cat's like the 2.0 version of Soraka, right? There's just a little bit less thought, a little bit more healing and CC coming through, right? So essentially, that is the cat and the rat to me. Soraka Twitch, really just going to be boasting it up as the Yone's going to come through for that final damage source. They're looking pretty, again, pretty like 1v1, like they want to outskill the other team on the side of Eden homies, right? But they have some new tools now. They have some new tools as we see the Earth coming through. I believe that Earth is going to be the Cassiopeia in favor of Titan Gaming Serene. So as we see these compositions round out, really quick, I want to get a quick thought on the side of Eden homies. Do you think that they now have the tools to outskill the utility and tankiness that we're seeing coming out of Titan Gaming Serene in this game too?
They need to play immaculate, because this time maybe mid lane is going to be no, it's going to be really hard. They need to play it immaculately if they want to get ahead of that team, because the other team is really, really safe with a lot of CC, disengage and engage.
Absolutely.
It's going to be really hard. Like, these guys on Eden homies, they have a little bit of disengage, like for Soraka, because she can heal them while they're getting pelted like a bunch of unfaithful people. But dude, you're going against, let's look at the facts. You have Ash Arrow. If you try to engage them, you have Lolo ult and Polymorph. Sejuani has I think it would be a 6-foot stapler on the R. And you have Cassiopeia that if you try to engage her, she can stun multiple people at the same time.
You got me good with that 6-foot stapler for Sejuani. But I absolutely agree. There's like just a ton of CC and pretty much lockdown coming through for the side of Titan Gaming Serene. We'll see if the hands are just quicker than the CC for favor of Eden homies as they try to bring it back for a 1-1 to bring us to a game 3. As we get on the riff in just a second, stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome against the Cloctopus versus the Eden homies. On the blue side, you have Akali, Diana, Joan, Twitch, and Soraka versus the red side of the 6-foot stapler, the troll with a job, the snake, the archer lady, and the LSD on legs.
We should just rename them for the rest of the cast to the Snake and the Archer Lady. That's how we should.
You also have the Sneaky Ninja, Moon Lady, Split Personality, Plague Rat, and the Unicorn that it's not even a horse. that could also work.
Those are the new names. Also, the voice is better than last time. So kudos
I'm
on
harnessing. I'm harnessing the
yeah.
goose.
We're seeing it as these teams get settled on the rift. Not much going to happen in this early game. Just both sides starting blue here. But we were talking a little bit off screen, right, about just these compositions and like what needs to happen, or even on screen as well, right? You were talking about the CC coming through, and you were saying that there's just a lot of negation that the side of Eden Homies has to get through to really make an impact. And here's what I want to throw at you before you kind of get into that. I want to throw at you that Titan Gaming Serene is also part of the same organization as Titan Gaming. I believe they're now Titan Gaming Cloud. They're formerly known as Dragon Cloud Claw, and they were in a similar situation to this last week, right? Okay. And the essentially what had happened was Titan Gaming or Dragon Cloud Cloud, now Titan Gaming Cloud is what I'm going to call them until I figure out what it is. As we see a little bit of action on this top side, I don't think much is going to happen there, right? What happened is they also drafted like almost a fully damaged composition and won into a CC thing against Eden Homies. So I want to know, like, if there is a way, right? If there is a way for Titan Gaming, Serene, or Eden Homies here to pull away, what's it going to be? Is it going to be in the early game where the difference is made, the mid game where the difference is made? When is this team really going to shine and come online to be their win condition?
It's going to be in between early to mid game. They need to have really good vision. They need to have really good ganks. Like, they need to have beneficial ganks. They need to win at least 2 of the 3 lanes. They need to win them. And they need to get early objectives. We're talking early dragon, the scuttlers, all of that. If they're able to pull that thing off, it's going to work in their favor beautifully, because they're going to be able to skate way earlier than the enemy team. Now, what's the problem? You are going... There's a lot of conditions for them to win, and these are not like optional conditions. They need to happen. Something that they do have is that they have an absolute insane hard engage due to Diana ult and Yone ult.
Okay,
so Scooting over there sneaking around.
Scooting coming in for what might be this early lane gank to get the first little bit of action underway. Just gonna wait patiently, lurking, scooting up a little bit. We are gonna see a trade come through the mid lane, but again, not much. And Akel's gonna walk up, gonna get the moonlight off on them, but not enough damage as they're just under tower. This wave didn't push out far enough as MC Doctor's gonna come in though, but that's gonna be warded off by Sun Kopek with that Starfall. As not much again is going to happen. Just a little bit of just saying hello, letting them know I'm here, trying to get proactive. We might be in for a little bit more of the chase coming up. Not much. The crest fall is going to land on Trundle, but again, just going to walk out of the jungle. Both teams walking away pretty safe.
What I think that is going to be really important, as I said before, is like, I like how Scooting is being really active and trying to push them out of lane, which is definitely going to work on their favor. The thing is, like, Soraka is so annoying with the Q, and Twitch is really annoying. He really wants to push that lane, throw the canisters at them. It's hard.
Yeah, but here's my critique of Scootin's early game proactivity in this one is that there's like not much. Like, it's just a really hard game. Yeah, but even if she did do something, like, there's not like a lot of like support coming out of the Twitch and Soraka to really enable that. There is going to be no CC at all outside of that like silence on Soraka between the 3 of them. I think it would have made more sense because Scootin actually started at blue and path down. I think it would have made more sense for Scootin to path up towards the Akali with that TP Ignite. Maybe could have got a mid lane gank on the Cassiopeia that is a bit more vulnerable before that ultimate comes through, right? I think Scootin's jungle pathing is really going to hurt him as they like look for opportunities in this early game. What are your thoughts on that? Do you think that the jungle pathing might have something to do with this?
They're doing like a really good jungle path, and
Trundle's coming through for the gank on Jiraxgun. The Miasma's going to come down, but Draxgun looks like he's just going to walk away. No. Oh, the flash is going to have to come through, but First Blood's going to come through for MC Doctor on the misplay, likely by Draxgun there. What a shame. That was just sad to see. That was a little upsetting. I know that hurt Draxgun a little bit.
Yeah, it's really difficult. It's really, really difficult to do everything. I mean, getting away from a Trundle is really hard, especially when you have the Cassiopeia W that grounds you.
Well, how hard is it to really just push Flash, right? He had to Flash anyway. How hard is it to push Flash first before all that damage is coming through? As soon as you flip out the Miasma, like I think you could argue that it's difficult. In some cases, I'm not gonna give Draxgun that one. I think Draxgun really just fucked up on that.
Sometimes people don't like to use Flash or something like that because they think it's like a instead of something that you should be using.
It looks like a little bit of action coming on the bot lane as well as the top. Xerax not as tanky on the Sedge as he was on the Tom. Gonna go down in favor of Kirksey, but not much more outside of a couple of traded arrows in the bot lane. But Draxgun's looking in the mid. Trundle and Cass are hovering. Both teams gonna walk out, and it's just gonna be that top lane kill in favor of Akali in that top lane there.
Of course. Okay, well, they're going for this early dragon. I think it's going to be really good. That early kill was fantastic.
All right, and it looks like they're going to get this early dragon. There's 3 up into the MC Doctor's Trundle. There's not going to be much contest coming through. Maybe? Oh, but MC Doctor is looking for the contest here. The Chomp going to land on Scootin'. The Scootin', the ultimate going to come out, and the double, maybe? No. MC Doctor's going to go take Tootin down, but Hyam Hunter's going to pick up MC Doctor, and Diana's going to pick off Macarena for the 2v1 in favor of.
I like what Draxgun was thinking. Like, if you see what he did, he was actually using all his resources and everything not to kill Cassiopeia. He wanted her outside of the Dragon Pit, outside of the vicinity. And I think that's something really good that he played as. He did it really well.
Just zoning off, right? Because if the Cass can get in the team fight, get that Conqueror stacked up, she's gonna be a problem.
Good trade in the middle lane.
What do you in that last game? The Ocean Drag was the first one that went down. Now that we have the Mountain Drake coming through in the first one, where do you rank that dragon as far as early game dragons
go? It's something funny because Earth Drake is both the worst soul and the worst one to get off, to get like on the side, because let me explain it. The Earth Drake gives you 9% armor and magic resistance, and yeah, these are flat stats that are good to have, but not in every single champion, compared to health regen that you get from the Water Drake. It's a little bit more valuable. And if you only get that 9% armor and magic resistance once, is the most negligible one.
Yeah, I definitely right, and it's really also like not going to come through until you start building some of those resistances. The worst part is no one on the side of Eden Homies actually wants to build any type of resistance. So it looks like the only benefit is going to be like kind of just getting them closer to what could be a Dragon Soul.
They're going for the completion bonus. Like something that is really important that I think is that like you should be able to get the Earth Drake early if you're not sacrificing the integrity or the current of the match. Okay? Like, if you trying to get the Drake is going to jeopardize your position in the match right now, you shouldn't get it. Only if it's something like a Fire Drake or a Water Drake.
All right, so only certain early dragons. As we're going to see the gank coming in for MC Doctor in the bot lane. A click. The arrows are flying, and Sun Kopek is dying in that bot lane. The quick kill going to come over in favor of A click. Oh, but MC Doctor, the jungles are going to meet in the river. But the backup is here for the side of Titan Gaming. Serene, the ultimate going to come through, land on 2, but it's not going to be enough for Scoot. And the Yon ultimate land on 3. I am Hunter just rat-tat-tat, and in the back, going to pick up 2 with a double kill on Macarena and A-Click for a 2v1 in favor of Eden homies? Eden homies, yes. Eden homies pick up that 2-for-1.
Yeah, it was a really nice three-man ult, and yeah, they got 2 kills out of that. Twitch looking kind of juicy though. Looking like he's definitely going to be a force to be reckoned with.
Oh yeah, he got 3 kills now, right? And that's exactly the kind of position that Twitch wants to be in, right? Where all the attention is away from him. He can just kind of fire freely at will on that back line of Titan Gaming Serene there.
Yeah, you're seeing a small engage
All
over
right,
there.
another gank. The Asma gonna land. Will the flash come out early this time? The flash is gonna come out late, as well as the heal coming through for Soraka.
Oh no!
Stun Kopek gonna go down, trying to save Draxgun. Again, Soraka probably lives there if Draxgun just flashes 1-2 seconds earlier.
Really. Well, let's see. We're seeing Draxgun here farming. Let's see how going. So we have Diana. He's 700 gold behind Trundle. And in the case of Akali 600 gold on top of
Draxgun's a dead. Draxgun's a goner. Draxgun's a goner. Oh, but Scootin is there maybe to clean up and play big brother for Draxgun. Maybe going to take down Nixcap for the double kill on the Trundle and the Cassiopeia. Oh, Draxgun just in the wrong place at the wrong time again, but Scootin enough at least is there to say, hey, I got you, bro. I got you.
Mm-hmm. Well, definitely a really good cleanup, and it's really worth because Diana... It's kind of scary.
Yeah, I mean, the damage is going
back to
over
the full damage build, even more so.
Well, so I think it definitely is not a good move for Draxgun to be down 0-2 right now, down CS a little bit. I want to argue that the scaling of Yone might overcome that, but he's in a lane against the Snake, right?
No, you're not looking at the bigger picture. Remember, Yone is the brother of Yasuo. He needs the 0-10 power spike.
Oh, it runs in the family. It runs in the family. Is that
absolutely. Absolutely. You're not seeing the bigger picture here. He has a goal in mind.
Oh, another 300 IQ, big brain. We're going to see come out at 30 minutes with the 0-10. As we see, I believe the dragon is coming up soon here.
Okay. Oof, that was a really close hold, and he got...
Oh. Down goes Draxgun, just barely whiffing the ult. The Enchanted Crystal Arrow going to miss wide left on Scootin, but they're still going in. Rooted up is Macarena, down is Macarena. MC Doctor going to have to run away with their tail between their legs, looking like a troll under the bridge, kiting for their lives. A-Click as Hyam Hunter is on the prow. Twitch is, oh no, the Crestfall is going to come down and take down A-Click in favor of a 1-for-2.
He saved them! The Trundle, he saved them! No, my friends, don't get hit by the arrow, I got you! Oh my god!
Oh yeah, because
the guys over at Eden has to be the luckiest guys that you could ever see.
In order to get missed by that crystal arrow, MC Doctor is going to push them out of the way.
Like the one that was going to be absolutely obliterated, but if hit by that was going to be sunk up 100%. Like Soraka was done for if she was hit by that. But since they missed it, dude, sad.
Yeah, she was able to pull away with some of those heals, keep their team alive as that fight extended. We're going to see 2 dragons in favor of Eden and Homies as they begin their march towards that Khaleesi buff, right? That House of Dragons, Dragon Soul that they're coming for here.
And you know what? It's the second match that we're seeing today, and we got Windrake again. Why? And you know what's the worst part? These guys love getting ultimate cooldown reduction.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be huge for them. The Akali, Diana, the whole team. In
characters,
fact,
like the 5 characters, love getting cooldown reduction in the ultimate.
Exactly. As Titan Serene is going to start up this Rift Herald, they are going to get spotted out by Kirkski's Akali. The TP is going to come through for Zerex. The ultimate's going to miss, but Scootin's going to land it on 2. The flash is going to come through for the cast, but it's not going to be enough. They're going to go down the shutdown on the Diana in favor of Scootin. Draxton come through, connect on 2 with the ultimate. Here we go. MC Doctor, Zerex playing for their lives here, but it's not going to be enough. Draxton's going to pick up the kill on MC Doctor, and the Rift Herald is going to go over. in favor of, I don't even know who got the Rift Herald there. Did you happen to see who picked that up as they ran away?
Sejuani went straight through the Akali, got it really quick, and then left through the pit.
All right, but at what cost as two members of Eden Homie or Titan Gaming's fall there?
Well, see, the ultimate, the negate, the negate, that's one of the annoying things that they have going themselves over a Titan.
Oh yeah, so
excuse me, Clotopus. Another hard engage by Jonah.
You were right to start with Titan. They again, they did change their name, so it is a bit confusing, and they did do it, I think, in the past day or so. So we are still getting used to the fact that they're Titan Gaming Serene here. That blue's gonna go over for Stuin, and these fights are just as chaotic as they were in the first game, right? They're just
as chaotic. It's a lot happening in many places. I have to say that it's really, really impressive. It's really odd how Xerxes used to be so dominant in the lane, going around. He never really left the lane, but he was really dominant. He always kept his lane opponent on the lane every single time. But this Akali has been free roaming. It even switched places with Yone at one point. Like, dude, it feels like they're two different players right now. I want to see more of that dominance that he used to have.
Scootin's going to land the ultimate on Macarena, half health, but the Enchanted Crystal Arrow is going to stop Scootin in the tracks. Macarena's still running for their lives, but it's going to go down to Hayam Hunter's Glory to the Ruin King. Borg passive is going to come through and connect. A-Click also going to go down for a double kill on the Twitch, as we see Twitch starting to get pretty big.
It was an awesome E-management on the Diana. It went straight ahead, got the reset from the Ashe flushed.
Ultimate going to connect for Drax. Going to get out of here. The ultimate's going to come through for Trundle, but Drax has already stayed. Yeah. Drax Gun reacting quicker now. Right? Realize after the first 3 times of like not just getting out of the way, right? Can't just walk away. Now Drax Gun is finally like, all right, let me stop. But maybe not enough. I spoke too soon as he goes back in. Cassius ult's going to connect, but not going to be enough. Kirsty's going to come through landing. Kirsty is like, all right, my turn now. All of the ultimates are down. They're chasing down the Trundle, and Kirsty's going to pick up the double kill. Now 3-0 on that top lane. Akali looking like a menace on the Ninja Sneaky Assassin.
Kirksky turned that dial up to 11. He said no more. Went straight ahead. Let's go Akali. And he's been everywhere. And he's the top laner.
Absolutely. He's like, all right, we're not playing the Jax anymore. I got some mobility. You're not going to be able to lock me down. If you can't lock down what you can't see. And
he's not even behind on CS. Like, he's been roaming like crazy, but he has gone unpunished.
Exactly, right? And even like I just said, right, you can't lock down what you can't see. Kirksey just dancing in the shadows there around Xerxes Sejuani, not able to land the stun to really get that true damage.
Something really bad that I heard about Sejuani.
Weird interaction there, but he's gonna get the back off scot-free.
The worst part is Sejuani stunned Akali right on top of the smoke bomb, and then since it stunned her for just that fraction of a second, she was stunned invisible, so Sejuani couldn't do anything else.
Exactly. We'll likely see a bit more of those suns come through as both teams are prepping for the dragon here. It is going to be the third dragon if Eden Homies can pick it up, and it's going to be their way and their march towards that Cloud Soul. But Xerxes is going to TP in. The ultimate is going to land on Scootin engaging first, but Helms have to flash out. Rooted up is McDoctor's Trundle, but in between all of the team members of Eden Homies, and he's gonna go down. Kirksey just cleaning up that backline. A-Click and Macarena gonna go down off screen. The ultimate from Yo is gonna connect on Xerxes as that final ace possibly is gonna come through for the side of Eden Homies, showing some life on the all damage comp, saying CC who, CC win, CC you later, as they pick up that third Drake with a clean ace inside in favor of Eden Homies here.
They engaged really, really hard. Like, they flat out deleted both of the carries straight away.
Yeah, they're just
massive hold.
These individual leads that you were talking about, right? Those individual leads that they got in those lanes in that early to mid game that you were talking about was going to be so crucial. And now we're seeing that play out for them as they pick up this Baron, right? They just have complete domination in the team fights. I don't even know if it's about positioning. I think it has to do with the fact that they're just that much stronger than the enemy team.
Yeah, the thing is that it's what I told you. positioning, it was going to be vision, it was going to be objectives, it was going to be like that. And you can definitely see it right now. They fulfilled all the conditions for them to win, and what it seems right now is that they're not stopping at all.
They're definitely not letting their foot off the gas. I am curious now, right? As towers, right? Towers went down a little bit late in this game. They went down.
Yeah, but they have a Diana. Diana is basically a chainsaw.
Basically,
and she's almost starting the Nashor's Tooth. So once they get to a tower, just a couple of basic attacks is going to take them down.
So you think once Scootin can get that Crescent on also their team Crescent right now, they got the banana in the bot lane as well as Kirksey and Nick's gonna just battle it out. Kirksey is like, if I see you, you're gonna die, but gonna get hit by the enchanted Crystal as MC Doctor shows up. The ultimate's gonna get Kirksey away to safety. Woo!
This is the match of weird interactions.
Yeah, another interesting interaction there. As we're gonna see some more action in the top lane here. Zerrex and Draxkin gonna go at it, but Zerrex gonna go under the tower, realizing that he doesn't have enough damage to take him down. The ultimate's gonna come through for Scootin in that mid lane. A-Click just not. Oh, the ultimate's gonna come through for Lulu. Just keep A-Click alive, but not enough as Scootin's gonna pick up that Ashe again. All three lanes, action, action, action.
Woo! Okay, so let's see. Yone is going to get the tower. And they're getting Baron minions on the mid lane. Trundle is going to contest the Yone. Do anything. And I'm pretty sure Akali is also going to suck another tower. Yep.
And we're really seeing Eden play towards that win con that you identified earlier, right?
Yeah.
They have the Yone in the side lane, they have the Akali in the side lane. Diana's hovering that bot lane just in case Zerrex wants to try some tricky stuff. He does have that ego still from that first game, but doesn't have the tanky items to keep him in it. As we see MC Doctor and Draxgun just kind of batting at each other. Higham Hunter is going to pick up the kill and for a godlike on the Trundle. A-Click trying their best to keep the team in it, but it's going to go down to Scootin's Crestfall there. It's going to be 2-0 in favor of Eden homies as they look to make this Baron power play, maybe be the Baron power play to end the game here. They're going to pick up all three inhibitors most likely here.
Yeah,
I don't believe they're going to go for the game.
No, I'm pretty sure.
They walk away.
No, they're not. They're not going to end. I don't think they're going. It's going to be a little bit hard.
Yeah, and this is an entirely different game than what we saw in the first one, right? It's similar compositions, entirely different outcome. What do you think is like the difference, right? Like they had the damage on the first game, they had the tanks on the side of Titan Gaming Serene in the first game. Same thing is happening here.
It was
what's happening here?
Last time, remember when we said that top lane was essentially the MVP. Zerrex did an absolute fantastic job as Tahm Kench, just existing and being a nuisance. But this match has definitely been Kirksey with the roams. Like, its roams have been fantastic and it has allowed them really big windows of opportunity for both Diana and Yone to go ahead. But something that's really important aside of this match, if
MC Doctor gonna get caught out by Kirksey, who is on a rampage here, currently sitting at 6-0 on the Akali. 3 items stacked as they're coming in to possibly finish this off. The ultimate's gonna come through for the side of Draxgun, and chaos ensues as usual with these two teams as Higham Hunter is just blasting from the back. He got that thing, he keeps that thing on him, tucked in the cut. Kirksey's gonna come through with the Zanyas. He's gonna get caught out. Zerrex with that Diana ultimate, and they're just going back to their base. I feel like they realize this one is over as Eden homies are gonna take game 2 of this best of 3 series, tying it up 1-1.
Holy crap. I cannot believe they met all the conditions, every single condition that they needed to win the match, and did it. All of them.
Yeah. Absolutely. Every single condition was met. If you look at the score lines, you can tell that every single, almost just about, I will say just about, and I hate to throw shade on a win like this because it was dominating, but Draxgun did have a little bit of flaws, but in those late game fights, he did really come up and step through with those ultimate. Zona of the Cassiopeia played his role as Eden homies are going to take this away, looking like an entirely different team than what we saw in game 1, coming through 27-8, about a 12K gold lead for this tied up 1-1. We are in for a game 3, folks. Yet again here in the Titan Esports, we are making this a trend for late night gaming. So if you again are not tuned in, if you know someone that is not tuned in right now, tell your wife, tell your kids, Tell your homies we got Game 3 coming at you in just
Tell
a second.
The world.
We'll be right back.
Always under pressure, feeling like I'm slipping under. I think I'm gonna go insane, yeah. Got everybody watching, I can feel all of the judgment. I gotta find a new escape, yeah. I'm better when the lights go down and I'm feeling free undercover. I'm better when the lights go down and I'm feeling me undercover. Feeling me undercover. Feeling me undercover. My secret, staying deep inside, I'll keep it. Got nothing to hide, but people want to judge me anyway, yeah. I'm so done, no one gonna change me, so alright. I'ma be my favorite person, even if it's for a day, yeah. I'm better when the lights go down and I'm feeling free undercover. I'm better when the lights go down and I'm feeling me undercover. I'm better when the lights go down and I'm feeling free undercover. I'm better when the lights go down and I'm feeling me undercover. Feeling me undercover. Feeling me undercover.
What is this?
bedroom, speaking all my thoughts out, thinking I'm a loner, wish that I'd gone out. I don't know why I feel low, but I know my mind won't slow. Our play, guess I should have saved some for another day. Now I feel my woes in another way. Picked a path, they say I chose the long way, the long way. Standing in the mirror and I wonder what I see. Is the body that I borrow right there staring back at me? Have a home, the walls all lie. Have a home, stay home, get high. Have a home, but demons pry. They tell me lies and sleep deprived. I don't know why I don't try. Don't send a text, I won't reply. At least I don't type like you do, cause all that hate comes back to you. Hard play, guess I should have saved some for another day. Now I feel my woes in another way. Picked a path, they say I chose the long way, the long way. It's a long way for the highway to get me back to my place. Going 50 in the 80, I don't know, I'm fucking crazy. Maybe I wanna die, maybe I just wanna try. I don't think it's heaven coming, so I'll take this carving out, drive it up, put my piss you off when I just talk like that. Yeah, I talk like that, but please don't just be scared. I don't have faith in myself, but I just don't wanna be again. All my friends think that I'm crazy, yeah, I'm just crazy, they won't say again. Nasty, I take me to no God, walk out tonight, walk out tonight. She want me to silk him out. Our play, guess I should have saved some for another day. Now I feel my woes in another way. Picked a path, they say I chose the long way, the long way. You call my bluff for the last time. This ain't a song, it's a battle cry. No life, I see the clue between the strobe lights. I'm haunted, black face, hey, follow me around, okay, black face, hey, follow me around, okay, used to want it bad, used to want it bad, but I can't taste it, I can't help you now, okay, follow me around, okay, black face, hey, follow me around, okay, follow me around, okay, black face, hey, follow me around, okay, got too much up on my plate, now I can't think. I said woke up, take a X, and now I'm feeling this is it. Want the money, want the rest. I do purse, not no cess. They say Don, it's why you sad. I said I just need to think. Red tape, got too close, I hate the city. Black face, show you everything you need till you fornicate it back. Someone said it was sad. I used to want it bad. I know it's in my head, keep seeing you too many times, yeah. I know it's in my head, keep seeing you. I know it's in my head. Follow me around, okay, black face, hey, follow me around, okay, got too much up on my, follow me around, okay, black face, hey, follow me around, okay, got too much up on my, follow me around. call my bluff for the last time. This ain't a song, it's a battle cry. No life. I see the clue between the strobe lights. I'm haunted, black face. Hey, follow me around, okay? Black face. Hey, follow me around, okay? Used to want it bad, used to want it bad, but I can't taste it. I can't help you now, okay? Follow me around, okay? Black face. Hey, follow me around, okay? Black face. Follow me around, okay? Black face.
All right, folks, we are back for game 3 as both teams are gearing up for what looks to be possibly Titan Gaming Selene's first series win of the season, and then Eden Homies are looking to break that 2-2 split they have, hopefully going 3-2 after this. Both teams neck and neck. Both teams sticking to their specific styles of play. Steph, I'm joined by Steph here on the caster team. And Steph, you have gotten a quick sneak peek into the draft. We're going to hop right into the draft in a second, but you've got a quick sneak peak into the draft, Steph, here.
Yeah, but it's going to be funnier. It's going to be way funnier because
what should I be expecting coming into this? Should I expect more of the same with this draft, or should I expect something completely unique and something different, right? Did the teams switch it up with this draft, or is it more of the same?
I'm going to throw you a curveball, okay? So, when did you start playing League of Legends?
I started around the time Echo was released.
Okay, so that was around season 5, 6. Okay. So, you're going to experience in this draft what it was like to play in season 3.
Oh,
okay, that's all that I'm going to say. Like,
all right, I think I see where you're coming from. Right, as we get that draft live on screen, we're seeing some definitely older champions. Right, you got that Garen and the Shyvana coming through, as well as the Twitch Soraka.
Garen and Shyvana, dude. Like, but this is not any Garen and Shyvana. No. This is Garen mid, okay, and this is Shyvana top.
Oh,
I think Shyvana top hasn't seen the light of day since she was used in SKTT1's run in the season 3 worlds.
And this wow, that is a while ago. That is definitely before my time playing League of Legends. But let's start to, because I see now why you were like, just wait for it, right? I see now, and let's even start to break down. I'm most intrigued by Titan Gaming Selene's composition here.
Okay,
Lulu, Garen, Volibear. That's a Garen mid, you said. Zeri, Shyvana in that top side. So that
they
is going to be
an absolute wall of a front line. Absolutely. Shyvana excels at engaging with the ultimate, grabbing them all together, and then spamming meatballs from one side of the other with a that's what it does. That's like the playstyle of Shyvana. In top lane, she tends to be a little bit more tankier. You might expect something like a press the attack on it. Max E, second W, fourth Q, something along those lines. In the case of the side of Eden, they have something interesting going on. Okay, they're picking Twitch Soraka again. That was definitely a winning composition in the bot lane. That I think it's going to be a little bit stronger than Seri and Lulu, a little bit more consistent. But top lane, dude, Crixie is looking to do the same thing that it did with Akali again. 100%.
Is that that's a top lane Shen that we're looking at, correct?
Yeah, the top lane Shen is going to be really important, and the Cillian, like the Cillian with ultimate and everything, and the speed, like they I think they're playing for the Twitch. Okay, they're gonna play.
Oh well, of course they have to
get the Twitch. Yeah, they're going to get the Twitch ahead. They want the They're gonna want the extra damage. They want to give him all the resources he can for it to succeed and do just disaster, bring upon the end of the earth.
Absolutely. And even right, we've seen the two teams kind of stick to what was their original compositions, right? That Titan Gaming
Yeah.
Selene was notoriously in these past two games sticking to that like beefy frontline tank, and Eden Homies were more about like the faster hand champions, right? Those
Yeah.
high skill cap champions that we have. And I think not exactly, but it looks like each team has taken a page out of the other one's book with this
Absolutely.
composition draft here, right? We're seeing a lot more of the crowd control and that utility coming through for the side of Eden Homies, and we're seeing a lot less of it coming through for Titan Gaming Selene with the Garen and the Shyvana, right?
I think Titan has stuck a little bit to their guns. They're still aiming for holding lanes, a little bit of roaming on the side. They don't want to lose. They want to hold their lanes, farm, get early objectives, something like that. In the case of Eden Homies, that's where things change a little bit, because they definitely got a lot of things from Titan, but what they're doing is that they are putting a twist on it. Like, okay, Twitch, Soraka already worked, keep it like that. Draxgun is going for, if a Cillian goes ahead in your lane, aside of feeling depressed from getting destroyed by a Cillian, he definitely gets ahead. Like 2 bombs, pff, you're out. A Fed Hecarim is so annoying to deal with. He just dives into the back lane, does a lot of disruption. And with a Twitch, the worst thing that you can have is disruption. Like against the Twitch, being disrupted and allowing the Twitch to get a couple of easy hits, dude, it's going to be insane.
Right, and I agree. Right, that the Fed Hack Room, I think, definitely not as potent as it has been in previous, when it was just the complete terror of the jungle, but still coming through if that damage build does connect. Before we get on the Rift, we talked a little bit about as this anime redemption arc for Eden Homies. Right, the Titan Gaming organization did hand them a crushing blow last week, and now they're looking for that redemption, that Chimera arc, that Chimera Ant arc right there. The main characters of this series, in my opinion, has been these top laners, right? Has been Kirksey and Xerxes. Right? Xerxes on that Tahm Kench in the beginning, Kirksey in that second game on the Akali, really coming through, being facilitated by the jungles, of course, but most of the action has come through from this top lane. Do you think that these two, the protagonists, antagonists of Xerxes and Kirksey, will continue? And how does that specifically play out?
Absolutely. I think it's going to be a wild one. Okay, it's going to be something different. Okay, like I'm pretty sure that these match either it's going to be way too close 1-on-1 because both teams are going to play super mega ultra safe and defensive because none of them want to lose this match.
I don't know why I thought you were gonna go into a Transformers reference with the Ultron, or like some sort of like Avengers Age of, I don't know. But anyway, we are ready to be live on the Rift. Just underway in this game 3 matchup between Titan Gaming Selene and Eden Homies. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with game 3.
Then we have Dragon Lady, Coca-Cola Bear, Justice Boy, Sparky Lady, and LSD on Lex.
Hands down, my favorite one is Coca-Cola Bear. I forgot all about that.
He's the best part.
Oh God! But we are
Especially since he went without a skin, which makes it look a lot more like the bear from the ads. So,
Exactly.
So it's even funnier.
just have a Coke and smile on MC's
Right.
Dr. Valley Bear.
Okay,
I did,
So there's been a little bit of skirmish on the top line, but we're seeing a lot of trading on the side.
Exactly, and both junglers, I believe, are gonna opt into this full clear coming down from the top side. Looking at the jungle paths here in the beginning, right? Looking at where the jungles have started, do you feel? I was a little questioning of Scooten's jungle pathing here, but do you feel as if Scooten might be making the right call starting at that top side and pathing down here?
He should. Okay, so hear me out on this. Shyvana only has Ghost, doesn't have Flash, doesn't have Ignite. Shen has Flash E. In the case of how I've seen around other streams and other people that play Hecarim, a good idea would have been full clear topside, early gank top, get the Shyvana, get in this case the Shyvana doesn't have a lot of escapes or a lot of way of getting out, and it would have been a little bit better. But due to how Scooting has been playing the past couple of matches, he's really keen on doing full clears. So,
yep, I would agree.
So he's definitely it's just that like he doesn't want to go for ganks that may or may not work, and he's getting contested on the scuttler. He doesn't have prio in the bot side, so maybe going for the top scuttler would have been a little bit better. But we're seeing that even the Shyvana is trying to get the scuttler from the Hecarim. So if Shen doesn't rotate towards that position right now, the Hecarim is going to stay a little bit behind.
Absolutely, as that the double scuds buff is going to go in favor of Eden Homies if Shyvana can pick that up. But it looks like the pings are coming out. We might be looking in for a little bit of 2v2 action in this river in the top side as Xerax, Rex, and MC Doctor are going to catch Scooten out. But Kirksey is here, and Draxkin is going to have the first move on the Garen. The bombs are coming through, and it looks like Draxkin is getting chased down by Nick Scott's Garen, and it looks like all three members of either side might be making it out. Xerax just in a little bit of trouble here as Scooten is trying to pick up this first blood of the game. Gonna go over to Scooten's Hecarim, but they're under the tower, and MC Doctor's gonna get a return kill. 1-for-1, and there's not enough. And Kirksey might be picking up this final kill, but the minion wave is gonna scare him away. 1-for-1. First blood getting picked up on Scooten, but the return kill coming through.
Kirksey definitely did well. Kirksey definitely did well in this fight. A good use of the W. It was a 1-for-1 that definitely sets behind a little bit the jungler on the Eden Homies, but it's definitely good for Kirksey to have a little bit of a leeway from the get-go.
Yeah, but we're gonna and pretty much Xerax just got pinned against that wall that led to the first blood there. And I believe it was actually Scooten that pinned him against the wall. With the Hecarim dash there. But again, like
the absolute ginormous push that Twitch is getting into the tower.
He's gonna get that free back. I feel as if there might have been a little bit of action in the bot lane that just got completely overshadowed that led to that kind of massive wave advantage.
Do you know what's depressing? Do you know what's absolutely depressing that really hurt me watching? Seri is an insane champion, right? But she has a gigantic problem that she doesn't farm really well under towers. I saw how there was like a 12 minion wave on their tower, and Seri got like 3 of them.
Well, to be fair, there is a CS lead in favor of A-Click, so
yeah, but because she pushed the lane, but like it's so sad to see a champion that is so strong that its own weakness is the tower that's supposed to keep her protected. I'm not saying anything for our dear viewers. I'm not saying that the player that is currently using Seri was really bad at farming on their tower. Absolutely not. The thing is that no, it wasn't. It really wasn't. I saw that.
I mean, it could be a little bit of both. It could be a little bit of both, right? If you're gonna play the champion, you're gonna have to understand the amount of damage
Yeah,
that
but
you can do.
Seri definitely has a really bad time farming on the tower. Like
We're gonna
like
see.
the-
Gonna see some
I have
action
a friend
coming
of
through.
mine
Go ahead.
that was the we're saying holy
All
crap.
right, but we do have quite a bit of action here, not just a little bit. Hyam Hunter is going to get the kill over on Nixcat's Garen as they're getting the chase. Volley Bear, MC Doctor going to be in the wrong spot. Smite should have just went mid, but comes back and goes dead. Here we go. Hyam Hunter is going to keep the fight alive as A-Click is just going to hop over the wall to safety for a 2-0 in favor of Titan Gaming Serene.
Kind of sad to watch that too.
Oh, actually, that's a 2-0 in favor of Eden Homies. My fault. I misspoke.
Eden Homies is really bringing the heat. Absolutely.
Eden Homies going to pick up this first Ocean Drake, and that's the one that we said is a go right there, right?
Justice Boy is not looking too hot at this very second.
Let's they picked up this Ocean Dragon, right? And let's even get some early predictions on what you think the Ocean Soul is going to be. Are we in for another Cloud Soul game, or what are we in for here?
You know that there's like supposedly there's how do you say it? Some people say that there's an algorithm to find out which dragon you're gonna get. I'm pretty sure that's bullshit. There's the elusive Hectic Drake that never appears, and there's the 4 main ones that appear into that. They're getting the early Ocean Soul, which is really good, especially for the team that they have. The extra health regen is amazing on Shen and Hecarim.
Yeah,
And
Hecarim.
I also saw Raka.
Yep,
I'm pretty sure that this is going to be a Drake, or if a Twist of Fate wants to work against my favor, it's definitely going to be a Hectic.
Sun Kopek might be getting caught out here, but Hyam Hunter's going to come through. Pink Simmer through as MC Doctor is hovering his team bot lane, but both teams is going to walk out of there. Not much in terms of kills.
Dude, a Hectic Drake would be insane with a Twitch.
I think, yeah, right? Twitch or Zeri, right? Twitch,
Yeah.
like both of them are just want to build that attack speed, want to get those autos out there. Do you think that the Hextech benefits anybody else in this game, or is it really just going to be those 80 carries? That,
Definitely going to be really good for Selene. And I think I think the slow from the Soul is good for scooting for Hecarim. Well, also, of course, obviously, on the other side of the team, Seri does amazing work with it. I think Shyvana does really well too, and Bolivar.
well, any dragon is going to be good for Xerxes Shyvana, right? They're going to want to get as many dragons as possible
Yeah,
to get that.
Shyvana
passive
gets, for those who
assassin.
don't know, Shyvana has a passive, what you just said. The passive that gets extra magic resistance and on armor for every dragon she has.
And these two anime gods, we got Goku and Vegeta in the top lane going at it. Xerxes gonna ult in, maybe picking up the kill on Kirksey. The damage, oh my sheesh! That damage coming through for Xerxes and Shyvana as we have more in the bot lane. Gonna get knocked up. Sun Kopek, MC Doctor on top. A-Click is just blasting away. But in comes Hecarim. Relentless Charge gonna come through. Scootin is gonna, Hyam Hunter's gonna pick up Zeri. Down Macarena between a horse and a rat. Where do you want to be? There's nowhere to go. Scootin might get this last kill. MC Doctor under the tower. The dive coming through. Ultimate coming out. Gonna take down Hecarim. And Twitch is gonna pick up the triple kill in the bot lane. Who did that fight and go in favor of? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Twitch got the triple kill.
Absolutely on Hecarim. Absolutely on Hecarim and Twitch. They did a fantastic job on that.
That right now, Twitch is now sitting at 5-0 at 10 minutes. That is not what you want to see as this wave crashes under this tower, right? That's big waves miss for their bot lane. That's going to be a sizable lead for the bot lane. How do you think
that one doesn't spark joy, my friend? That one doesn't spark joy at all.
Right, like, and it's early, right? Twitch is supposed to be this like late game hyper carry, and he's about to come online with a Blade of the Rune King completed. Do you think there's any hope for Zeri, or is it just pretty much like wait for team? What do you think that A-Click and Macarena do now?
Due to the amount of CS that she has ahead of Twitch and the fact that she's Zeri, which means that it's a really strong champion that shines, especially when it ults.
Oh, yeah. But we got another battle of the Saiyans in the top lane. Kirksey's gonna have to flash away and realizing that Xerxes is just too much for him to handle right now.
Good.
With this, even with the large minion wave, just gonna have to get out of there. recognizing that damage.
As I told you before, the Shyvana was going to max E first, which gives her an absolute beautiful poke against Shyvana. She went for the Ruined King before, the Blade of the Ruined King from the start. I guess it's a good pick because she's kind of ahead of the Shen. But if the Shen was a little bit more aggressive, Shyvana would have had a lot of a hard time. And if she gets focused by Hecarim and Shen and gets caught out of position, it can also really destroy her. Also, I'm really interested in seeing what her mythic is going to be like. I'm pretty sure she's going to build for the Frostfire Gauntlet because it gives her that extra utility. But look at the top lane one more time.
Oh, the gank in the top lane is not on the screens because Haim Hunter is going to take down Zeri pretty simply. Not much of a competition there. The gank must not have been fruitful on the top side since the director camera did not go up there. But if you saw, MC Doctor was up in that lane, making sure that Kirksey was at his tower, trying to get that advantage even more. But Haim Hunter, again, just taking over this bottom lane, one kill at a time as Scootin tries to sneak this dragon.
Yeah, they're doing the perfect thing because they knew Bolivar was on top side. So they're really aware of the position of the Bolivar and they're taking it.
They're just really aware, right? And they also have this sizable lead. The only one that is really kind of doing well in their lane as that Infernal Dragon is going to go down in favor of Eden Homies. Again, stacking towards that Khaleesi buff. The only champion that really has a fighting chance. Oh, I might stand corrected as Nixcat's guaranteed to come through with a spin to win, but it's going to be in between 4 champions of the enemy team. Going to have to flash away, realizing that it was just too overwhelming at the time and not much going to come there.
Look at that. The elusive Hectic Drake appeared.
Oh, we got the Hextech slows are going to come through as the Rift Herald's going to get dropped in the top side. This tower is going to go over in favor of Titan Gaming Serene, picking up their first objective of the game, and really the only strong side that they have on the map. Pime Hunter sneaky. The flash going to come through for Lulu Macarena, but A-Click, just where are you at? You should have clicked somewhere else than where you are. Will Sunkopek pick up this kill? No, Haim Hunter is going to come through and likely just auto attack. Oh, okay. But the banana is going to take down.
The banana's going to get him.
Gotta make sure you stay. Gotta eat your nutrients. You know, gotta get that good old potassium. You don't want to cramp up. That's all Sun Kopek wanted to do there with that kill on A-Click going over. But again, that Rift Tail got dropped in the top side. Dragon went down in favor of Eden Homies, right? Both teams are not really giving up, but it seems like the top half of the map is owned by Titan Gaming, and the bottom half of the map is owned by Eden Homies. Which one do you think is like more significant? Which one do you think actually gives more of a competitive advantage to actually be in control of the top side of the map or the bottom side of the map?
It depends. I think the most important is always bottom lane because when you look at it this way. When you feed 2 people really well in the bot lane, they become way stronger than just a single person on top. So let's get, for example, this one. If Shyvana is not able to get to the Twitch, they're not going to win any fights at all. The thing is that the guys over at Titan may be able to brute force their way in, but it's going to be really hard. So okay. In this scenario, in the case of Bolivar, he should have focused bot lane because if like Shyvana is going to be it's going to be predominantly dominant due to the ultimate, which is going to be a little bit stronger than Shen. So putting your bot lane at an advantage is a little bit better. We're seeing a skirmish in the jungle. I throw it back to you.
A little bit of a rumble in the jungle as MC Doctor not really in the place that he wants to be with Scootin's Hecarim. The ultimate's going to come through for Hecarim. It's going to land on A-Click, and A-Click is going to be taken down by Scootin as they pick up 2. Kirksey is going to ult in, but it's going to pick up Nixcat. It's going to be a 2-0 in favor of Eden Homies. Nothing really to take for them outside of a little bit of a skirmish there.
I want to believe that it was intentional, what I just saw. because Seri stepped out of the Soraka silence, and then suddenly the fear from the Hecarim put her back in. I want to believe that it was no coincidence.
Scooting A-Click right back in place, maybe picking up the kill on Macarena. Ult is gonna come through, maybe keeping her alive, but not enough. Hecarim's gonna get stunned up by the volley bear here. As Shyvana comes in, flying and looking like Shinron there. All right, we see you, Xerxes, telling them game 2 might not have been my show, but here it are. We're back. MC Doctor getting the chase on this rocket. The stun's gonna come through the flash as well. Sun Kopek's gonna have to flash away. Shadow's coming out. 2 TPs coming up in favor of Eden Homies. It is Chaos in the mid lane. Spin to win. Garen, Nyx, Cat. Kirksey's not gonna land a stun. Behind him, Hunter, Rat-Tat-Tat in the back. And again, not more gonna go down, but a lot of summoner spells gonna go out.
Holy crap.
Both teams just at each other's necks here. Neither one wanting to give an
catch.
inch. As A-Click is going to get caught out by Kirksey's stun.
Look at the kiting, look at the kiting.
Through. Oh, jeez. Zillion's ultimate's going to definitely keep Kirksey alive, but doesn't matter because the tankiness is enough to keep them alive through the tower. All right, dropping bombs, looking like Steph Curry, Draxgun. The show's not over as that's almost an ace. If Macarena went down before that fight started, I'm going to count that as an ace in favor of Eden Homies. They're looking like the team to beat here.
It's really hard for them. Like, dude, it's becoming really difficult for them. Because, dude. Okay,
Yeah,
so how do I dissect the whole the whatever just happened there? Okay,
I don't even think you can, to be honest.
Okay,
I think
it's gonna be easy. Okay. Let me try. Okay, so they double TP'd. They caught Selene when she went when she went ahead because she was going ahead because she didn't saw the Twitch and the Twitch was visible in front of her. So what they did was that they took all the advantages that they needed, they put them together, and won. I think it's it's the worst description that I could have done, but because it happened so much happened right there.
Yeah, and they're essentially just playing protective VIP, right? You have a 7-0 sewer rat on your side. That was your
on the Cloud Drakes. We're 3 for 3 on the Cloud Drakes. Also,
3 for 3 on the Cloud Drakes. Cloud Soul yet again gonna come through. But even with the Cloud Soul, they haven't been much of an impact. But I don't think it's gonna matter too much. It will definitely help Scootin' and Draxgun quite a bit and getting those engages, getting that extra damage out of the Hecarim. But Cloud Soul is probably not going to be too much of an impact when you got that 7-0 rat on your side, right? You really don't care what dragon's coming up when you got Twitch on your side, just that strong.
And Shyvana absolutely starving from the dragons. She did really well against the lane, but it's really hard to compete to a Shen that just ults and it's somewhere else in the map with a massive shield on their allies.
You're right, and Shyvana really looked like the sign of hope, right? What can Xerxes do in this game to keep his team in it, right? It's starting to look a bit bleak. The gold lead is not that disparaging, but like it's starting to look a bit bleak in terms of how these team fights are going.
Well, I can tell you for a fact that not what she just did.
It's definitely not that, as the ult's going to come through, but not much more. Shen's ult is also going to come out just to make sure that Sun Kopek doesn't go down.
The Dragon Ascent part of Shyvana's ulti.
Kirksey's going to land on the stun. They're now fighting in that top side quadrant. The ultimate going to come through for Scootin'. Oh, out you see in the top right corner, spin to win. Garen down goes MC Doctor as Draxgun's ultimate's going to be on Hyam Hunter. They're all over the place. Xerxes caught between a horse and a nurse and a doctor. Somebody call a doctor. That's what Scootin' definitely doesn't need, because Xerxes needs that right there. As the team cleans up 3-0 as they move towards this Baron, this 20-minute Baron like on spawn.
The Bolivar ulted, and Selene was already there. Like straight up, like there wasn't a way that they could escape.
Oh geez, Eden Homies coming for revenge against Titan Gaming, picking up the Baron on spawn.
Absolutely fantastic. They did really, really well.
You start to think, right, with all of the fighting, if it really is just which team is better at team fights, right? Macro has a little bit to do with it. Definitely is going to help as you close out the games. But it seems like whatever team is just better at these team fights, or maybe even the early game lead, I think it's a little easy to win team fights when you're just that far ahead on your carries, right, on the people that need it.
Well, I told you that this composition was in favor of Twitch, 100%. I'm pretty sure that if they get Twitch, maybe they're going to be able to win a fight. Maybe. but it has to be perfect.
Like,
If not,
well, who's going to get the Twitch, right? You have the Soraka and the Zillion ultimates coming through to keep them alive, as Xerax is
Dude.
going to be in a rough spot. Twitch shows up and you go and you're going to die. I may have spoke too soon, right? Xerax is going to ult out and just barely survive there, but one more auto and he would have been dead. One more auto.
Absolutely.
That's all it would have took.
Yeah, what I was saying is that the Dragon Ascent part of Shyvana's ultimate is actually pretty good, because it throws enemies in, but another fight.
All right, Draxion not going to go down. I feel like that's the first kill in the last 5 minutes in favor of Titan Gaming as they continue this fight. But Scootin is here now. He has arrived, and both teams kind of skirmishing a little bit. We got Volibear running for his lives. A rocket chasing support on support. Supportal combat coming through. Hyam Hunter going to clean up with the assist going through for the way of Macker or Son Kopek. Volibear still running for his life, looking like the Tompkins from the first game.
Dude,
just a lot less health.
Twitch is killing more people being burned by the passive than by actual auto attacks.
Yeah, I mean, well, if it fits, it sits, right? Any way, by any means. They got the Baron. He has 9 kills, coming through, possibly looking for this, like, it's an all-star performance coming out of Hyam Hunter right now. This is an MVP
and the Dragon is coming right up. I think it has like 2 minutes, 2 minutes or something like that on the clock.
Dragon is actually going to be spawning in about 30 seconds, so we might see another fight coming up here soon, as both teams are kind of pathing that way. The Baron buff is going to wear off for the side of Eden homies, but they got what they wanted. They got about 3 towers from that, and they got a lot of kills. They're looking like they're
real quick. Last thing that I'm going to ask: who do you think is right now?
Wait, hold that question really quick as we have more actions coming through. The Shyvana holding in. Hopefully has all 7 Dragon Balls this time, but no, not going to be enough as Hyam Hunter is just going to poke him down. The saying too much coming from Son Kopek. Scootin is going to pick up the kill on Nick Garen. Need for speed, fast, and the Furious, but not. Oh, it's going to go down. Oh, I don't want to make that reference because that's going to make me too sad to continue this game. However, Scootin is still continuing. MC Doctor going to open, not going to be enough. It's kind of just a futile effort coming through. The shield is going to connect, but Scootin just going to pick up that circular cleaver there.
Is this end? I think this is
end. Is this the end of the game? It might be. They have the inhibitor, they have the damage, they have the numbers. The only one alive for the side of Titan Gaming Serene is going to be that Macarena on the Lulu, but the death timers are so low that they will be up pretty soon. I don't think this is the end, but I think it's going to be very close to it. If they look for this fight, possibly, but all the ultimates are down in the favor of them. Let's see what happens as Nixcat engages, spin to win, but definitely going to get taken down pretty low pretty quickly as well. Xerax might get picked off here, but is going to make it to the Nexus turret as Eden homies are making their drive, picking up maybe a few last statistical kills. Will it come back to hurt them or haunt them? No, it's not going to. Likely, there's going to be enough of the team members hitting that Nexus as they go down, and Eden take Game 3 against Titan Gaming Selene to take away the series and refuse and neglect Titan Gaming Serene, their first series win. Eden homies getting that revenge against the Titan Gaming organization in this Game 3. Woo! What?
Titan Gaming did really well. Okay. Let's do something really quick. Titan Gaming did really well on the first match. And the second match, the first half, did fantastically. And there were a lot of really efforts on this match that were really, really good. Volibear, I don't know what's the curse of Volibear, that sometimes players that are able to perform really well in other games suddenly pick Volibear and everything goes to crap. Because it always happens. But overall, it was really cool. It was really cool watching these 2 teams go neck and neck and everything. I think the Eden homies definitely had stronger team fights. I think they had stronger team fights across the last 2 games. They did really well, but dude, overall, amazing matches.
I think it was definitely. They definitely gave the fans a show here. I got to be honest. I'm a little confused by this last game draft. This last game plan. It looked like they completely switched up from what they were used to. It looked like they tried to go for maybe a 1-3-1 with a Shyvana Garen eventually at some point.
I didn't understand the Garen though. Like,
yeah, that definitely caught me off guard just a little bit. Just in that draft, I think really gave them a disadvantage. All right. However, Eden Homies are going to pick up game 3 of this best of 3 series. Let me just double check with our content team to see if we will be doing an interview. We'll be right back in just a second. Guess who's back? Back again. It is me, Goose, as well as Steph. It looks like we're not going to do an interview tonight. However, be on the lookout for Sims, who has been doing interviews with all of our Conqueror League teams after their matchups, after their previews. We're not going to do an interview tonight. However, we are going to talk a little bit about this best of 3 series between Titan Gaming Selene and Eden Homies. Really quick, Steph, did Eden Homies deserve this win? After did they had to call back from that first game deficit in the first one? Did Eden Homies deserve this win? Right? Did they really play above and beyond their means to really fight back and get this redemption arc that we have been that I've been talking about and expressing about so much? Or was it more of like a drafting blunder coming through from the side of Titan Gaming Selene? Right? They switched up their entire game plan in this third game, which I feel like may have put them at a disadvantage. Do you think that Eden Homies really just like outsmarted or outclassed them, or do you think that it was kind of a trip and a stumble on the side of Titan Gaming Selene?
Eden, in the first match, they definitely didn't deserve the win. Like, they had specific moments where they could have won, but they had like not really good matchups. They had when it came to Selene, to Titan, they had like a better composition overall in the first match. In the second match, Eden Homies had a really decent draft for solo queue. And what I mean with that is because they really needed a lot of specific conditions to win in the second match, but they fulfilled all of them.
And some, in that second match.
So they definitely deserved the second one. And finally, when it came to the third match, it was a rampage. Like, these guys, like, even the only lane that wasn't winning was top lane, and it's because it was a Shen. So Shen essentially sacrifices a little bit of his winning gains on the match in favor of helping the rest of the team, which is something that Kirksey was already doing in the previous match, because he was able to balance CSing in different lanes and at the same time having an advantage by roaming around the map. And that's something that they found out that was really useful. They roamed a lot, they hold their lanes, and they took a little bit, one or two advices or things that worked for Titan Gaming. And I think overall they did really beautifully.
Absolutely. I think both teams definitely came to play. Eden Homies maybe a bit more so, picking up their third series win of the season over Titan Gaming Selene in this 3-game series. Eden Homies, I've become a fan. I think they are now one of my teams that I enjoy watching in this Conqueror League. I'm still looking to see a bit more out of Titan Gaming Selene. Hopefully they can pick up their first series win in this next week. However, this is going to do it for us. I am Goose. You can find me at Good for the Gander on Twitter. I am joined by Stephu, who you can find at, let us know where we can find you, Stephu.
Stephu96 on Twitter, and on my YouTube channel, Stephu.
Absolutely. That's where you can find them. You can find our organization, Titan Esports, on Twitter, as well as join our Discord. We do 3 days of action: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Divinity, Conqueror, Gladiator, nonstop action, nonstop fun, nonstop fighting. Both of these teams here looking like a match out of Multiversus. That's going to do it for us on the caster desk. Eden Homies are going to take the 2-1 victory over Titan Gaming Selene, and they are looking clean as they make this race to the top of the ladder. That's going to do it for us. I'm out. See you later.